Hi everyone, this is Darren again. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Today I'd like to speak to you a little bit about a news article that I read in the papers, Business Times actually. This is actually about agents today speaking, enticing families to sell the property and purchase two properties, and why MES is worried, and what this article means and what are my personal thoughts about it. Alright, so let me just show you this article. This is the one that is in 1st of November. It tells you about agents saying to sell one HDB flat for two condos, and such sale tech plays down risk. Alright, moving downwards, you would see actually that over here you're looking at about how agents are now asking many people to do that, especially those families that have just MOP'd in their HDB flat, right? And MAS has came in and say that potential buyers of new owners, please do understand the risk that they're coming in, as this is actually property you're going to buy for the next many years. It's not something which is just today and is sold tomorrow, right? Alright, so as we move further, it tells you about how this has been around for the past 3 to 4 years, right? Agents are already presently putting advertisements on Facebook and various social medias to entice family members or curious members of the public to come forward to inquire. And some of the bids I do not really am in favor to, right? But then again, I've no control about that. So this is one of the reasons why I'm actually doing this community, to share with you my thoughts on how I can reach this out to more people as fast as possible. A lot of the companies today are actually giving trainings to agents to go out there and make a sale, right? And because this is their business, okay? And moving forward, they're actually enticing some families whereby, hey, if you are getting a gross income of $3,000 to $4,000, guess what? You can own a private property. Alright, so to me, when I look at this number, this doesn't make sense at all, because what about expenses? What about mortgage payments? What about livelihood? We're all not robots, isn't it? So I think this is something that they just draw them in to know whether they're eligible or not before they move forward. Okay, so why is this now so common, guys, and why are people decoupling and doing all this? Because they have to sell the HDB because one main reason is that two owners are to the property. All right, and to own a second property means that they have to pay a 12% ABSD for Singaporeans, right, for second property. And that is a hefty amount for 1 million property. Imagine you're paying $120,000, which is going to add on to your initial payments and also add on to your purchase price for your yield if you want to sell it in future. So it doesn't make sense. So a lot of families are now trying to find how are they going to go around this, work around this to come out with, I'm only able to just pay 3%. Alright, so it doesn't matter about the 12% or 3%, because if you have a 12% to pay, it means that I think you're doing very well on your own. But the work around is that, are they even able to plan their risk, assess their risk just based on a normal 3%, not just the 12% ABSD? That should not be the main reason why a person buy a property, is to save the 12%, right? It actually has a longer term planning and thought to it. Okay, so moving on, it tells you about the unemployment rate in Singapore, and how agents should actually have a bit more financial duty towards their customers. So more or less, this is what the article is all about. I wanted to just give you some of my insights, like I said earlier. Back to the story that I want to share with you is that, do you guys recall that in the past few years, there was a time whereby if you own a car and have an outstanding loan, if you were to buy a new car, that was how they grab you in, right? A new car, you can bring forward your present car to the next car. Okay, so when that happened, I realized that many people started to go to the show flats to purchase their new cars, and I'm so happy about it, right? So when I sat back at the time and I thought to myself, that doesn't make sense. They're just increasing their debt, all right? And how are they going to exit from the car? Means to say that they had to drive the car for 10 years. Okay, and if in the first place the car that you're driving you cannot hold on for 10 years, what makes you think that for the next car you could, right? And second thing is that if you wanted to exit the second car in the future, it means that you have to pay out so much more money because the value of the car is going to be much lower compared to the loan amount that you owed because you brought forward from your previous car to your present car. Does that make sense to you? Okay, so when this happened, this strategy, which one makes more sense? It actually makes more sense for the commercial people. Why? For the car rental companies, because now they have better cash flow. They could now change their old cars to a new car, rent it at a higher price, and guess what? They're not affected, right? So a same strategy, it does not mean that it's good for everyone, right? Same as for this particular strategy, selling a property and owning two properties, it is not for everyone, right? But it doesn't mean that you could not work yourself towards having that dream. All right, so dream big, yes, but don't be stupid along the way. Okay, so I just want to share with you a little bit of my thought process and my planning when I purchased my first property, my second property, and how I get so scared and all, and then what I really thought about that really makes sense to me. Okay, so here, let's go back to the board. So planning is really important, right? If you have not attended my online class, I broke it into 3 parts: planning, purchase, and exit. All right, it's more depth inside because it is a 6 weeks masterclass. All right, so planning. So what I did was that when I bought my first investment property, okay, this is for investment. Before I purchased this investment property, I had to first settle my own home. Okay, this has cost involved too. If I didn't solve this, I wouldn't move into my investment property. What do I mean by that? So for my own home at the time, okay, I would have kept in a region of 18 to 24 months of expenses. What type of expenses? Mainly the mortgages. Okay, the mortgages. So if this cost me 4,000 a month, I will keep around 18 months or 24 months of $4,000. That will equate to about, let me just see this. Okay, 72,000 to 96K. All right. For me, I'm a self-employed, so I do not have much CPF, so all this will be in cash. But if you're working, you could use this float reserve. I actually call this crisis fund. Okay, crisis fund of 18 to 24 months. So if you're working and have CPF, that's why I always advocate that if you could use your cash first, use your cash, you could keep this as CPF. That works fine too, because when crises do enter, what do I mean? One of you lose your jobs, or the owner loses a job, or have a pay drops and so forth, correct? You could readjust this and start to now pay using your CPF instead of all cash. Okay? And for your investment property, if this costs me $2,000 a month for my investment, okay, it doesn't matter my rental. All right, if my rental for this property is 2,200, that doesn't matter, right? So I'll open an account over here. Okay, oops, let's change this. I'll open an account over here and I'll keep a minimum of 12 months inside here. So it's 2,000 times 12 will give you how much? 24,000, right? In this over here. Now all expenses and income will go to this account too. Okay, maintenance, all this all will come from this account, and all the rental will go to this account. All other expenses will go from this account too. All right. So what is happening over here is that I have this float, and I know that if I have any crisis, if I have no tenants for 1 or 2 months, I'm safe. After I get a tenant, what do? I work this back to 12 months again. What if the interest goes up? I work this back to 12 months again. Alright, at times I don't take 2,000. 2,000 could be the rate today, but I know the interest rate does go up. I might just pump up another $100 or $200 and add it in and put a 12 months inside my crisis fund. Alright, so does it make sense to you? Yes. For me, it makes a lot of sense because I feel very safe that my individual properties all have their own account with individual crisis fund. Okay, and anything happen, it's being activated. Okay, now, do I want to put more than that? Like, if I'm really kiasu and I say no, I want to put 24 months here. Alright, I want to put 36 months here. Okay, you could, but I won't do it like that, right? Why? Because every single cent that is kept beyond this crisis fund, to me, I am my money is not working for me. It's stuck in a bank account. Okay, and I do not want that. So I'll have another account here. Okay, this is my investment account or my property account. So this is all the money that I will keep, right? So instead of having more crisis fund over here, I will then channel all my money here and I look out for my next property. Okay, so and then it's the same system again. When I purchase my next property, I'll ask myself, how much crisis funds must I keep before I purchase? So it comes down to the budget, right? I do not just buy and then I bankrupt myself in this account and I start to touch the reserve from there. No, so it's a bit of discipline. I only buy something whereby I'm able to immediately onset, guys. Onset means to say when I took delivery of the house or the property today, for example, the commercial property, I must have in my bank account for that property 12 months of crisis fund. Okay? Well, I hope this makes sense to you. Okay, and if you are looking to expand your portfolio and not so sure how to do it, or if you have some questions about what I'm saying, do comment below and I'll reply you immediately. Okay, talk to you soon.
If you like the video that you have just watched, it has given you better clarity in your property journey in Singapore, do help me out by hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel.